Jackson here from Vision Pros Live, and I am so excited about the vision that I just discovered. I've been a big fan of Social Media Examiner for a very long time. I've been in marketing since about 2010, and because of that, this is one of the few sources where I come across, and they've just got Michael has put such great content together to help make sure that people have the best type of information they can as they explore the incredibly deep department that is marketing. And there's so many people out there. He's done a great job of embracing the fact that there's so many people who think they're marketing guys and marketing gals. And I'm a big believer that it's a terrible way of looking at marketing, because you're more likely to find a unicorn on the street. It's called a marketing department. It takes more than one person. And so I don't want to tear down anything about marketers going into a marketing conference, but I do want to make sure to expand the reality that let's move past the I am great and you are not mentalities towards the we, right? Towards the unity, towards the reality that life is great. That's even two levels beyond that of we don't have to fight. We don't have to position ourselves as better than others. We can actually do far more when we look at the vast opportunity of lifting tough realities with multiple sets of hands. Many hands make light work. I'm a big fan of that quote. So what is mind-boggling to me about the process of setup and what I've seen as far as the content that's available is watch this. When I look up all these content pieces that are here, lessons on different subjects, when I look up how many times is the word podcasting mentioned, right? One time. It's only mentioned once in this. And that trend, when I looked at the interests that you can pick for connecting people in the app, it's not mentioned. Podcasting isn't mentioned. PR and media isn't mentioned, right? If I go here and I type PR, yes, there's lots of uses of PR like in April, but if you hit space, no, there is no PR mentioned at all in this. Media, which is a social media marketing world, right? Oh, so let's go through that. It's in the bottom in the footer. And if we go up from there, it's in their contact information. You would think there would be something on the value of media, and there's not. And that's, again, it's another opportunity of exploring the depth and reality that even a brand that's this big, even a brand that's small, even when somebody who's doing this for 10 to 12 years, building this huge event, there's so many fantastic opportunities to add more to the equation, to recognize that, wait, there's a more expansive conversation to be had here. And again, this is just one piece of everything that Michael's put together. This is not an attack on what he's done. It's a wake-up call to all of us that there are massive opportunities available to enhance the world of understanding marketing and understand the breadth that it is, because people are gravitating towards these simple niche topics that are still, they're important to learn about too. I'm not saying that these are not valuable pieces. I'm saying there's an opportunity to dive far deeper. And some of these are pieces of the bridge, but in order for the bridge to function, you can't just have great pillars. In order for the bridge to function, you can't just have a road. In order for the bridge to function, you cannot just have suspension cables. Marketing is the same way. You've got to pull the suspension cables, the roads, the concrete, the pillars. You've got to pull the whole thing together in order to create something that is safe for people to cross. So I'll end on this. When people, business owners specifically, want to talk to Vision Pros or First Class Business or any of my brands about marketing and growth and want our help because they see the infrastructure and how great it is, and they say, well, can't it be more simple than that? I'm like, sure, it can. You can swim across. You don't need a bridge, for one. Two, you could throw a rope across. But let's look at it this way. If I want to build a bridge it's like San Francisco Bridge, and you and I are going to cross it, before we cross the bridge, which of these suspension cables and which of these pillars would you like to remove before we cross that bridge? And everybody that I've talked to that has a brain says none of them. And I say, that's right. I don't build crappy bridges. That's not how I do life. I want bridges that are going to protect me and my family. I want bridges that are going to protect my prospects, my clients, the PR and media people that I want to attract to talk about our brand, the vendors that might want to work with us, the candidates who might want to apply to be part of our team, and the investors that also end up wanting to look and see, well, you know what, is this a brand I would want to invest in or franchise or explore a merger and acquisition opportunity with? There's so many opportunities. I am not going to build a bridge that does not have the sustainable infrastructure necessary in order to win. That's also why it's so important for me to open my eyes and say, you know what, if this is what where the industry's headed, like if this is what Michael has seen on his radar as is important for 2025, it's very important for me to stay close to that. The other upgrade and opportunity that I saw that's going to be really fun to maximize on with the meetups that we can create and build for this is there's no, it's all about marketing. And I like the narrow niche, but it misses a lot of the relationship components of like, what about us as human beings? For instance, I went to see if I could connect with fellow people related to Latinos. A Latino world. Y'all know I speak Spanish. Well, I ran the Latino event at Podfest, and there was only 3 people signed up prior to getting there because nobody had thought through it, and it's not promoted a lot. So I created a meetup. 40 people came to that meetup because they were craving a community for their heritage and culture. And ironically, the gringo built it. And I tend to do that everywhere I go. And it's such a fun and rewarding experience and opportunity to be a part of. I absolutely love how much we all work together in that environment, and they include me. They let me be part of that. It's such a beautiful experience. So I'm going to be doing the same thing with social media marketing world. I'll be putting together a meetup for Latinos, and you watch. There's going to be lots of people who come to that and say, wow, like I've always wanted something like this. I'm so happy that it happened. And then that creates a movement for years to come when it comes to social media marketing world. Whether I'm part of it or not actually won't matter, because the community then becomes self-sustainable when we hit really important, needed, like essentials in life that for whatever reason are just not provided, or they're overlooked. So there's so many opportunities like that for all of us to be able to dive in and help more people, especially when we understand the reality that people want to belong, and they want to belong to a community that resonates with their heart and mind. I feel like social media marketing world, based on what I've seen and felt, for the most part, has gotten the mindset stuff right. And then they've got really great people like Pat Flynn. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to hear Pat Flynn speak. And I really hope I get to meet him, because he is one of my favorite marketing gurus on the planet. He is the other person who, I said, social media examiner is one of the biggest things that I've trusted. Like Pat Flynn takes a cake from everybody, in my opinion. He is the leader the one that I don't know that I look up to the most, right there along with Jake Larson, who I do know and is my absolute best mentors of life ever. So I can't wait to hopefully introduce myself to Pat Flynn, and we'll see. Hopefully I do not cry when I do that. The man has changed my life in so many great ways. So I could see myself having a hard time holding the emotions back. But anyway, y'all have a fantastic rest of your day for seeing this. Please leave comments. If there's something in here that seems to strike you a value, or if there's something that you'd like to ask questions about, I'm happy to do everything I can to help you catch the value and really help you see the things that you may not see. That's one of the best parts of life, is discovering the things we don't know, because they're often the things that support us more with all the things that we do already know. And I will see you on the other side. Enjoy building out your visions. Bye-bye.